Bienvenidos al Historic Center de Peru, Lima, Peru. My bad. So before we leave Lima to go to somewhere a little bit higher up in the mountains, we had to check out the historic center. This is the heart of it all, the Plaza de Armas. And as you can see, it's hustling and bustling. The architecture here is gorgeous, the colonial style buildings around me. So much to see. And we'll try and take a look at some other notable sites around the historic center. It's a massive city with so much to see and do. So let's explore the historic side as well.
Tengo que salir de aquí, no tengo pa dónde darle. Tengo que salir de aquí, no tengo pa dónde darle.
So it's definitely a lot busier and livelier here. Definitely worth seeing. Really unique, not unique, but different sort of side to Lima that we first experienced. So cool to see different neighborhoods. Definitely recommend it. That was the Plaza de Armas and some other nearby churches. And now we're gonna walk down the Tirón de la Unión, I believe. So stay tuned. Hopefully it'll be more scenic and beautiful.
La neta me ha ido mal y no sé cómo aliviarme. La neta me ha ido mal y no sé cómo aliviarme.
So we took the Union Street, or can't remember the Spanish right now, but it's okay. And now we're at San Martin, which is another little popular plaza and the historic center of Lima. So definitely some more cool architectural and cultural significance for the development and emancipation of Lima. Really cool to check out, and that nice street, very lively, very busy, connects to the popular plazas. So just another cool little sight to see in Lima.
Another cool thing to do in Lima, and I guess you need to do it to survive, is to eat, which we did at Vida Sana. They have several different locations, and this one is right near the historic center, and they have some delicious, sort of like set meals that are a really good price, including a starter, a drink, a main, and a really cool local atmosphere. Love it.
So we have arrived at one of the destinations which I had to visit because of its uniqueness, authenticity, and a recommendation from my good friend here at El Museo Larco. And already I'm blown away just by the flowers that are growing here as we're going to walk into the entrance to hopefully see some really interesting cultural and arte errático, if you catch my drift. I honestly think it'd be worth it to come here just to walk around this beautiful courtyard, guys. Look at this. So much open space, so many different flowers, and it's not even considering the museum yet, which we'll definitely check out. And there's also a restaurant.
So although the flowers and outside area were indeed gorgeous and worth checking out, we wanted to now check out the actual museum itself. And this museum focuses on the pre-Columbian Incan civilizations, because Peru is kind of like synonymous with the Incans. And here is a great place to see a lot of the goods and things that were produced and maintained from this time period and learn about the civilization that is famous still today. And here you can see lots of different decorations that are notorious or, you know, really exemplify Incan culture, which we'll talk more about the significance and meaning behind the sort of like gods and animals depicted in a lot of these sort of paintings or goods later. We can also see these weapons on display, which is really cool because, you know, they definitely had to, you know, depend on war or fighting off like foreign conquestors, which, you know, definitely required weapons. And we can even see lots of the decorative pieces, which I think is another iconic thing about the pre-Columbian Incan civilizations, such as different piercings or ornaments that were, you know, very I don't know, rich or very beautiful, like different gold decorations or piercings that were very ornate or very not sophisticated per se, but definitely required a lot of money in today's society if you wanted to dress like this, which is really cool.
So you definitely need to come to the Museo Larco, or the Larco Museum. It is definitely worth every penny. It's a little less than $10, maybe $8 or so. And for me, it has the perfect amount without being information overload. And I really can take in some key things about the culture, such as the 3 different zones that they separate into, being like superior life forms with the bird representation, human with the feline representation, and the underworld with the serpent representation. So you can kind of look for these key things in all the arts and artifacts and things on display. Some museums give you way too much, and I feel like you can't even really remember anything because there's too much in the beginning. Here they give you lots if you want to delve deeper into some details and read about every historical artifact, but you can at least leave knowing you learned about the Incan civilizations and the pre-Incan, pre-Columbian historical civilizations as well. The garden is absolutely beautiful, obviously. So many colors, so many beautiful touches, giving it like a Spanish colonial look, the whites and the browns. And of course, the Erratica exhibito, I think, whatever, the erratic stuff on display. Definitely a little jarring, but very interesting as well, and some important historical relevance as for why that was so important to them and why they decided to go into such explicit detail to show you as well.
Now, dare I say, this erotic gallery was even more interesting, definitely more unique, even more unique than the previous exhibit, and it is every bit as PG-13 or maybe even rated R. As I was alluding to earlier, I did you the pleasure, hopefully, of blurring some of these explicit images, which you can read about more because they're not just perverts, or they're not perverts, there's a lot of meaning behind these things.
So I definitely recommend the Museo Larco. Definitely check it out while you're in Lima. Definitely. And they even have this really pretty little gazebo thing to hide away in the shade because it's a little sunnier out right now. Getting a little overheated with these beautiful green plants hanging from the rooftop and so many flowers around me. It's supposed to be worth paying to enter just as a garden alone, not even including the museum component. Promise you.
And if you are obsessed with the flowers like us, make sure to check out the park immediately across the street from the Larco Museum. It is also beautiful. From the Larco Museum, we took an Uber to check out a new area that I was so excited to see and explore, the neighborhood of Barranco. But first, it was time to eat some food, and we were craving some authentic Peruvian cuisine.
So this ceviche is so fresh. It's filled with lime juice, giving that nice fresh and limey flavor. It's citrusy. It has avocado, some sweet potatoes, corn, mushrooms, some like plantain chips, mango, really fresh onion. It's a perfect appetizer, really fresh, clean flavors, and a nice, beautiful mix of all these sort of things. So definitely get the ceviche here, guys. Better be not only that. That looks lovely.
Yes.
In addition to ceviche, we tried a dish called chaufa, which is actually like Chinese-Peruvian fusion.
Also looks healthy and delicious again.
But the star of the show was the tacu-tacu, which is a Peruvian dish, which is a rice and bean patty topped with so many delicious things. My oh my, this was good. Right nearby, we checked out the Parque Municipal de Barranco, which is a beautiful park that's kind of the main hub of Barranco, but there was an area nearby that was even more beautiful that we would soon check out.
This is more what I imagine like South America. Hi everybody, so we just had a fantastic meal at Terminado Vida, and now we are checking out the nearby neighborhood of Barranco, which is supposed to be really beautiful, also pretty safe from what I hear, and more bohemian artist sort of, creative neighborhood. And so far I definitely feel that way. There's lots of murals, very colorful and vibrant, street music in some of the plazas around the area. We're going to check out one of the most iconic places, a bridge. Name unknown at this moment. And right by that bridge, there's a really pretty path going to these restaurants and houses over the cliff, showing some great views, of course, of the Pacific Ocean coming up soon. It's absolutely beautiful. So we are at the iconic Puente de los Suspiros, which looks like a little small wooden bridge. And it's super cute, very iconic, with nice sights around it. And there's also a little bit of a myth or legend saying that if you make a wish and then hold your breath and walk across it, your wish will come true. So we're gonna do that. I have my wish in my mind, Vanessa has hers. I definitely can hold my breath for at least 10 seconds, so I might have to run to get across in time. Either way, pretty cool little things to just do and partake in local tradition here in beautiful Barranco and Lima Peru. So it looks like after going on that suspension bridge, there's this, I'm gonna take the mask off so you can hear and see my semi-mediocre face. Don't even know what that means. Anyway, this beautiful little walking path, there's lots of art galleries, feels very artistic like I expected Barranco to be, and I think it takes us all the way down to the beach by the coast, so it'll be a different perspective of beautiful coastal Lima. So that was that little area of Barranco, making it to the coast. But now we're going to try and catch the sunset, walking along the Mercado. I think it is Mercado. I don't know exactly. And right now we're on this pretty little side street with these beautiful pastel colors. Hopefully you can see them with yellows and blues and greens. And then we're going to see if we can see some views along the coastal front of sunset. The word I was looking for was malecon. Not even close. So these areas of Barranco are absolutely gorgeous, guys. There's little cafes, even in, oh, not even, also in Miraflores as well. These are like hole-in-wall cafes with these beautiful colors and this really nice presentation. And it's very clean and aesthetic looking. Perfect mixture between that like fine, like Paris sort of cafe, but also the rich and colorful and, you know, full of life South American feel. So I really love some of the sites here so far. Alright everybody, so we are walking back to Miraflores along the Malecon, I got it this time, and the sunset is approaching. I feel it's going to be a great one because you have that nice sort of cloudy mist above the ocean here. Yeah, let's go. In Lima, so excited to see it. The palm trees are gorgeous, sights as always, and let's see if we can get a gorgeous sunset. Our first one here in Lima Peru. So far it looks insane. So as you can see, the sun is starting to set behind Isla San Lorenzo. Reminds me of the sunset we saw in Napoli behind the island of Ischia. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. Hopefully it'll turn up the heat even a little bit more and get some more gorgeous colors, but now it's a nice light blue ocean and the haze kind of makes it a nice subdued yellowish orange as it's starting to disappear behind Isla San Lorenzo. Super beautiful. Love a sunset. Love one over the ocean. Love one in a new country. Nothing else to say. That's pretty good.
What piece do you want?
The big one. I'm kidding.
What's the big one?
The one that you think I'll like the most. Not funny.
Close your eyes and pick one.
Just give me one, please.
Pick a hand.
Thank you. Also, another really cool thing is over behind me, that way, there's a really famous shopping sort of center called Let me try this again. Get my Spanish tongue ready for my English tongue. Listo? Sí. Larco Mar. Right there. And it's like literally built into the cliffs here in Lima. So, supposed to be really cool. Don't know if I'm going to visit today to do any shopping, but cool to witness it by those dramatic cliffs with, of course, the sun setting behind me. So another notable sight to see here while you're walking around the Malecon in Lima, Peru. As you can see, even if you don't go inside the Larco Mar, it still is very scenic to look at. And as the sky starts to get darker, the lights here will start to lighten up a little bit more and giving a cool contrast between the night part of the city waking up to the daytime sun and naturey part of the city going to bed. Pretty poetic, huh? It's getting crazy here. So the sun officially went down and now it's a whole nother level of beautiful, guys. And as you can see, there's a bunch of young adults or teenagers making a little skate park up this area. But we're gonna keep on walking around this coast as long as possible because honestly, it keeps getting prettier and I'm falling more and more in love with it the longer I'm in here at Lima, in Miraflores, in Peru. And I don't know what it is, guys. Maybe the camera isn't doing it justice, but the sky is like lighting up and the water is lighting up to this like yellow color. It feels like I'm on a different planet right now. I'm really overwhelmed in a good way. Look at that. Crazy.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you.
So we're walking back to our Airbnb and I had to stop because I saw this cute little juice shop for the second time. I looked it up online and it's actually not just a juice shop. It serves an authentic Peruvian cold beverage or refreshment dessert called cremoladas. And it's essentially like a frozen beverage, as you might expect, with fruit or different flavors. This one is fresa or strawberry, super delicious, literally just tastes like strawberries and ice blended up together, very fresh and sweet. This one is actually called lucuma or lucuma, one of the two.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's an authentic plant that grows in the Andes region of Peru. So I had to try it. Looks interesting. Let me let you know how it tastes here in a second. Smells interesting. Smells like a starchy fruit. Whoa. I don't know how I feel about that.
It tastes like butterscotch, right?
I don't know. It might grow on me the more I have it, but at first it tasted to me like a squash soup.
Interesting.
That was cold and someone put a lot of sugar in. And I don't know if I disagree with it yet. But no, it tastes more spices and it tastes almost like a little caramelly or like smushed bananas maybe a little bit too. It's growing on me, but it's very unusual. I'm glad I tried it because it definitely has like an unusual taste for somewhere in Peru. And I saw it on the menu. I had to do it through Spanish Translate to say what the hell is a lucuma. I'm like, oh, it's a lucuma in English too. So I had to be something I've never heard of. Again, like I said, it's from the Andean mountain region of Peru. So definitely try it if you can, guys. If you're a little unadventurous, stick with the fruity, typical slushy. But this is also really interesting. Look at the texture. Yep, we're done.
So it's official, everybody. I love Lima, Peru, and I love the food so much, which is why my next video I will be going over and sort of rating and discussing my favorite foods that I ate in Lima, Peru. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one. Peace.